The Case of Sofya Alekseyevna is one of the most captivating and dramatic chapters in the history of the Russian court of the 17th century. Sofya Alekseyevna, the daughter of Tsar Alexei Mikhailovich, waged a ruthless and intrigue-filled battle for power, ultimately leading to her downfall. The story of her struggle for the throne not only reflects political and personal ambitions, but also the complex web of relationships at the highest levels of power, amid significant transformations occurring in Russia at the time. The political situation in Russia in the 17th century. To begin, it's important to understand the context of that period. In the 17th century, Russia was going through a tumultuous political phase. After the death of Ivan IV, the first Tsar of Russia, the country experienced the Time of Troubles, a period marked by a power struggle for the throne, accompanied by uprisings and foreign interventions. By the time Sofya was born in 1657, Russia had achieved relative peace under the rule of her father, Tsar Alexei Mikhailovich. However, the stability in the country was deceptive, and the political ambitions among the royal family, particularly Sofya's, would soon lead to rapid changes. Sofya Alekseyevna, a princess with ambitions. Sofya Alekseyevna was born into the family of Alexei Mikhailovich, the third Tsar of the Romanov dynasty. She was the eldest daughter, and from an early age, she demonstrated decisiveness and independence. Intelligent, beautiful, and ambitious, Sofya could have become an outstanding political figure if only she hadn't been born a woman in a strictly patriarchal society where women's roles were mainly limited to family duties. As Sofya found herself in the court environment, she began to notice that, despite their status, her family faced internal political issues which could become her chance for the throne. Even then, Sofya began building her network of allies, not hesitating to use her influence and power in the fight for future positions. However, her determination and ambitions were not viewed positively by everyone in society. In particular, her mother, Tsarina Natalia Kirillovna, took a more traditional approach to court matters, while Sofya felt that she should be the one to sit on the throne. Conspiracies against her younger brothers. After the death of Alexei Mikhailovich in 1676, the throne passed to his younger son, Fyodor Alexeyevich. However, his rule was very limited. Sofya, realizing that her brother was only a figurehead and the throne truly belonged to her, soon showed her ambitions. Under the pretext of protecting Fyodor, Sofya was able to form significant political support around herself. In 1682, when Fyodor Alexeyevich died, Sofya organized a coup that declared her brothers Ivan VI and Peter I, who were 10 and 2 years old, as czars. Sofya effectively became the regent for them, gaining real power in her hands. However, she immediately encountered strong opposition from some factions of the nobility who were unwilling to accept a woman at the helm of the state. Intrigues, rumors, and the struggle for power. Sofya Alekseyevna was skilled in organizing intrigues, but her actions also contained many mistakes that eventually led to her downfall. For example, her relationship with Prokopy, the head of the palace opposition, became one of the most controversial in history. Prokopy was a man who could have become her ally, but personal ambitions and pressure from the nobility led to a break in their relations. Sofya could not rely on him, which became increasingly apparent as her rule progressed. Careful organization of conspiracies, court politics, and the complex diplomacy Sofya manipulated could not ensure her long-term stability. When the struggle for power eventually split the court, Sofya found herself on the losing side. Sofya's fall and imprisonment. In 1689, Peter I, despite his youth, took power into his own hands. With the help of his mentor, Boyar Vasily Golitsyn, Peter carried out a coup. Sofya was arrested, accused of plotting a conspiracy, and imprisoned in a convent, where she remained for the rest of her life. Her fall was a catastrophe both for herself and for her political career. However, even in her imprisonment, Sofya managed to maintain some respect and, to a certain extent, her status. In the convent, she lived for several more years, where she actively engaged in religious activities and even wrote memoirs. Legends and rumors about Sofya Alekseyevna. Many rumors and myths have developed around Sofya Alekseyevna. One of the most famous is the suggestion that her downfall was linked to her cruel methods of governance, including executions of opponents, which are reflected in historical chronicles of the time. A legend suggests that under her bed in her bedroom, there were secret letters and documents revealing corrupt schemes and conspiracies she was involved in. This adds to her image as a mysterious and powerful woman willing to do anything to achieve her goals. Another popular legend tells of her relationship with Prokopy. It is said that Sofya was ready to sacrifice everything for power, but her love for this man played a key role in her downfall. His betrayal and subsequent refusal to support her strengthened Peter's position, which became the catalyst for her failure. Conclusions and legacy. Sofya Alekseyevna left a vivid mark on Russian history. Though her reign was brief, her pursuit of power, struggle with her own family, and subsequent intrigues made her one of the most memorable and controversial figures. Sofya's life was a tragedy, a story of how strong personal ambition can collide with injustice, ambitions, and the inability to govern the empire she dreamed of. Her life resembles a tragedy, in which ambitions, family relations, and political intrigues intertwined, creating a picture full of rumors and mysteries. However, despite her fall, Sofya Alekseyevna remains one of the most striking and contradictory figures in Russian history.